For years, Emily had been my closest friend. We shared everything from childhood secrets to adult dreams. We were inseparable, the kind of friends who could finish each other's sentences and knew each other's deepest fears. Our bond was forged through shared experiences, laughter, and tears. When I got engaged to Michael, Emily was overjoyed for me. She offered to help with wedding preparations and seemed genuinely excited about the upcoming celebration. Her enthusiasm was a comfort. I trusted her implicitly, believing that nothing could ever come between us. However, as the wedding day approached, things started to feel off. Emily's behavior became erratic. She would cancel plans last minute, and her once enthusiastic support turned into a distant formality. I tried to brush it off, thinking she was just stressed or overwhelmed. But a gnawing feeling of unease grew stronger, and I couldn't shake it. A week before the wedding, I received a phone call from a mutual friend, Sarah. Her voice was shaky, and I could sense the gravity in her tone. She told me she had something important to reveal, something she felt I needed to know before it was too late. My heart raced as she explained that Emily had been seeing Michael in secret. The revelation was like a punch to the gut. I felt the room spin around me as Sarah detailed how Emily had been meeting with Michael behind my back. They had been seeing each other, sharing intimate moments, and planning to expose the truth on the day of the wedding. My mind was reeling. How could the person I considered my closest friend betray me in such a heart-wrenching way? The pain was indescribable. It was as if the very foundation of my trust and friendship had been shattered. I struggled to breathe as tears streamed down my face. I confronted Michael and Emily the following day. The confrontation was brutal. Emily's face, once full of affection, was now a mask of guilt and remorse. Michael, on the other hand, seemed to have lost all pretense of innocence. Their betrayal cut deep, and the raw pain was palpable. Michael tried to explain his actions, but the words felt hollow and meaningless. Emily, with tears in her eyes, admitted that she had always been in love with Michael, but her confession did little to mend the broken pieces. Their words were like knives, each one twisting deeper into the wound. In the aftermath, the wedding was a ghost of what it should have been. I cancelled the ceremony, unable to bear the thought of walking down the aisle with the shadow of betrayal hanging over me. The day that was meant to be one of the happiest of my life became a painful reminder of deceit and heartbreak. The fallout from the betrayal was immense. Friends and family struggled to understand what had happened, and I found myself isolated in my grief. The person I had trusted most had turned against me, and the emotional scars were deep and raw. I questioned everything, my judgment, my friendships, and even my self-worth. In the months that followed, I tried to rebuild my life, but the betrayal left a lingering shadow. The process of healing was slow and difficult. I leaned on family and genuine friends who supported me through the darkest times. Gradually, with therapy and self-reflection, I began to find a semblance of normalcy. Despite the pain, I learned valuable lessons about trust, resilience, and the strength to move forward. The betrayal, though devastating, taught me to value authentic relationships and to be cautious of those who might mask their true intentions. While the scars of the betrayal remain, I have found solace in understanding that I am stronger than I ever realized. The journey to recovery is ongoing, but I am learning to trust again and to cherish the genuine connections that enrich my life. As the months passed, the pain of the betrayal gradually began to fade, though it never completely vanished. My heart, once shattered, slowly started to mend. Each day brought its own challenges and moments of reflection, but it also brought opportunities for new beginnings and rediscovering joy. I sought solace in creative outlets, pouring my emotions into painting and writing. Art became a therapeutic escape, allowing me to process my feelings and regain a sense of control over my life. I found comfort in the quiet moments of reflection, and with time, I was able to channel my experiences into something positive. Gradually, I reconnected with friends and family who had been my pillars of support during the darkest days. Their unwavering presence reminded me that I was not alone, and their love helped me rebuild my sense of self. I also made new friends who brought fresh perspectives and positive energy into my life. One day, while attending a local art exhibit, I encountered someone who sparked an unexpected connection. His name was Alex, a fellow artist with a kind and genuine demeanor. We struck up a conversation about our passions, and as we spent more time together, I discovered a renewed sense of hope and possibility. Alex's presence was a gentle reminder that life could still be full of meaningful connections and experiences. He showed me that there was beauty in the world beyond the pain I had endured. Our friendship gradually evolved into a romantic relationship, and though it was a new chapter in my life, it was built on mutual respect and trust. As I looked back on the past year, I realized how much I had grown and changed. The betrayal, though devastating, had shaped me into a stronger and more resilient person. I had learned to trust my instincts and to value the authenticity of relationships. The experience had taught me the importance of self-worth and the strength to move forward, even when faced with the most challenging circumstances. One quiet evening, while reflecting on my journey, I found myself standing in front of a painting I had created during my healing process. The colors and strokes captured the tumultuous emotions I had felt, but they also reflected the hope and renewal that had emerged from the darkness. It was a powerful reminder of how far I had come. Though the wounds of the betrayal would always be a part of me, I embraced the lessons they had imparted. I knew that my path forward would be filled with both joy and challenges, but I was ready to face them with the strength and resilience I had gained. As I moved forward in my life, I carried with me the understanding that true friendship and love are built on trust, respect, and genuine connection. The journey was far from easy, but it had led me to a place where I could appreciate the value of authenticity and the beauty of new beginnings. In the end, the betrayal was a painful chapter in my story, but it was one that ultimately led to growth and self-discovery. I had learned to trust myself, to embrace my strengths, and to open my heart to the possibilities that lay ahead, and with each new day, I looked forward to the future with hope and optimism, knowing that the experiences of the past had prepared me for the journey of a lifetime. Months turned into a year, and with each passing day, I found more strength and clarity. Alex and I grew closer, and our relationship blossomed into something meaningful and fulfilling. He was a constant source of support and kindness, and with him, I discovered a new sense of happiness and balance. One crisp autumn evening, as the leaves painted the town in hues of gold and red, Alex and I took a stroll through the park. The setting sun cast a warm glow over us, and as we walked hand in hand, I felt a profound sense of peace. Alex stopped by a bench overlooking a serene lake and turned to me with a gentle smile. With heartfelt sincerity, Alex shared how much he valued our relationship and how he had witnessed my journey from heartbreak to healing. He spoke of the strength and resilience he saw in me and how he admired my ability to move forward with grace. In a moment of perfect clarity, Alex proposed. His words were filled with love and hope, and as he looked into my eyes, I felt an overwhelming surge of emotion. The pain of the past seemed to dissolve, replaced by a deep sense of belonging and joy. I accepted his proposal with tears of happiness, feeling as though I had come full circle. The engagement marked the beginning of a new chapter in our lives, one filled with promise and love. Our wedding was a celebration of not just our union, but of the journey that had brought us to this point. Surrounded by friends and family who had supported me through thick and thin, I felt an immense sense of gratitude and fulfillment. As I stood at the altar, exchanging vows with Alex, I couldn't help but reflect on the path that had led me here. The betrayal, while painful, had been a catalyst for growth and self-discovery. It had taught me the value of genuine relationships and the importance of trusting myself. After the ceremony, during the reception, I took a moment to step outside and breathe in the crisp night air. The stars sparkled above, a symbol of the new beginnings and endless possibilities that lay ahead. As I looked up, I felt a deep sense of peace and accomplishment. The evening was filled with joy, laughter, and heartfelt toasts. The people who mattered most were there to celebrate with us, and their presence was a testament to the strength of the bonds we had forged. In that moment, I realized that true happiness comes not from avoiding pain but from embracing the journey and emerging stronger on the other side. As Alex and I danced together under the starlit sky, I knew that our future was bright and filled with promise. The pain of the past had shaped us, but it no longer defined us. We were ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead, knowing that we had each other to lean on.